Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Elodie, like melody without the M, and today we're going to make 4 different kinds of tassels, and this is going to be in the same style as nature. So it's all greens and browns, and there's lots of lace as well as cloth. There's trims, there's sometimes I'll even use yarn. There's really pretty much anything you can have that you really like in your cupboard. Just get it and let's just do this. So I'm just cutting it off the size I want. In my case, it's 30 centimeters for a 15 centimeter long tassel because it's going to be folded in 2. And then in the middle, we're gonna take a piece of string and we're just going to put it all around the middle at least 3 times to make sure it's safe and secure. And 3. And we're gonna make a very tight knot. And I'm doing these tassels as part of a charity. It's for a project I made. It's called La Ressourcerie Créative de Lyon, and right now we're doing a crowdfunding, and these are part of the rewards that you get if you participate, if you help us out. So don't hesitate to have a look, participate, send it, show it to your friends. It would really mean a lot to me if you helped us out. We really need a bit of money to start getting everything together, to do all the works and construction and stuff. It's quite heavy stuff. So right now what we're doing is we're just using, is this a loop or a hoop? It's a hoop I think. So we're just opening it in half, and we're just going to put the thread through to attach it to the hoop. And next I'm just using a needle to go through again inside that heap of textures. I'm just gonna call them that. And we're going to go into the middle, and then we're going to make another knot to secure everything together. A triple knot, just to make sure. And if you really want to, you can also put a little bit of glue there on the knot to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Now we're just gonna cut off the excess. Alright, and if you have enough material, you can make this little bubble, this little pom-pom at the top. If you don't have enough, you can also just put a little bead. You use the 2 pieces of string that we've just cut off. Don't cut it. Put a bead there, right there in the middle, and just put it there, and then just put all the cloths and lace and stuff all the way around. And here we're just going to use a piece of string, or it can be lace, it can be yarn, it can be anything you want, and we're just going to tie it. And of course, always remember to make sure it doesn't fray. So if it's natural material, you should really use fray check glue, and if it's a synthetic material, so if it's plastic, then it will melt, so you can use lighter. And here we're going to do the second type of dangle thingy that we're going to make today, and it's half boho bead, half dangling tassel thingy. So the tassel here is smaller. If I remember correctly, it's about 15 centimeters in total. So it's about 7 centimeters when it's folded in half. You can do it whichever size you want. If you have a journal that is really small, like an A5 for example, you can make it for that. You can really just choose whichever length you want and double it, and that will give you the length of the threads and cloths and stuff you need for the tassel. And we're just doing exactly what we did before for the first tassel. So next what we're going to do is we're going to use one of those metal things. If you know what it's called, please write it down in the comments. And we're just going to attach it to our little hoop. And this is where we're going to put our boho beads, as I like to call them. And so I'm just inserting the beads that I've pre-selected, making sure they're in the right order and they're small enough as well for the rod. Can I call it rod? And then I'm making a hoop at the end to make sure that nothing escapes. Et voilà. This next little dangle is a paperclip. It's like a bookmark. I use it as a bookmark. So what we're doing here is we're just using that little rod thing and we're putting beads that we've selected, and then we're just going to attach it to a little paperclip. So we're making a little hoop at the end to make sure all the beads don't come out, and I like to have a little dangle as well with a little with something that's dangling at the end. And then we're just catching a paper clip. I have big ones. I quite like to use big ones. You can use anything you want. They can be really small, they can be super big like me. And this is it. That's the third one. So now we have we have two more. And right now we're going to do my favorite, which is a long boho bead. That's what I call it. It's literally just a string of pretty big beads, and I really like to put that at the back of my journals. So what we're going to do is we're going to open a hoop, put some string. I like to use nylon thread that's transparent. When I do have it, I also like to repurpose old string as well. Nylon is really strong, so it doesn't mind that. And I double it to make sure it fits well and it just stays for quite a while. So what I'm going to do now is very simply just put all the beads I've selected onto our thread, and then I'm going to double it back. So I'm starting from the top of the assembled item, and then I'm going down to the bottom, and then I'm doubling it up, and then I'm going to attach it back up at the top of the dangling thing. Yay, the fourth one is finished. Now we can move on to the next one and last one. And this is a dangle. I also use it as a to put your keys on. I mean, I really like it. And what we're going to do is very simply take some thread. You can use any kind of thread you want, preferably bigger, quite thick. It can be yarn as well. I've used yarn before. It really depends on what you want as a final look. And we're just gonna grab a piece, a hoop, and we're going to pass our strings through it. And then we're going to make a knot. I use 6 strings, and the length depends really on what you want. Once we have our knot done and all our 6 strings coming off of this knot, what we're going to do is we're gonna grab some beads we selected and we're just gonna insert them. So I like to put them at different lengths so that they don't, they're not all exactly at the same length, they're at different levels of the dangle. And different kinds of beads also. There's big ones, small ones, there's wooden ones, metallic ones, glass one, plastic, anything you have really. It doesn't matter, and to me, the most diversity you have, the better it will look. So what I'm using here, of course, is brown, greens, and natural colors. And what we're doing is every time we put a bead in at the length that we like, we're just gonna put a little knot. You don't have to put a knot before and after. I recommend you only put a knot after. The knot before can be put as well, but it's not necessary since you have gravity pulling down your beads. But do make sure your knots are strong and secure, otherwise you might lose the beads, and that would be a shame. So let's just do that now. And this is it. We finally made it. Our last dangle thing is over, and it's honestly really, really pretty. I love it. And I'm going to gift it to someone, so I'm really excited. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye!